Daily. We got a packed house today. I'm Lauren Taruya.
Heck yeah, we do. I'm Kai Noah Carlson. Take a look. We have got about a dozen live guests today. We're going to introduce you to every single one of them. We got Ho'ola Aina over here. We're going to be talking about the work that takes place over there in Hilo. Henry Capono is here. Nico is here. A live performance from Matt. He's part of the Henry Capono Foundation. These fellows over here, if you're sleeping, if you're snoring, you've heard that term sleep apnea, these guys can help you out. Speaking of help, Don from Haima is here as well. We're going to be talking about emergency preparedness, everything you need to know. Lauren, what else?
Plus, I got Chef Dale here, who is our ice sculpting master. We're going to hear all about his upcoming competition in Japan. Plus, we've got Touch Kauai and how they're supporting the garden aisle. And in our kitchen right now, we got something sweet coming up. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, I always look forward to these segments. It's Farmers Market Finds, and this is what it's all about, supporting local, and these local companies really supporting the Aina. We've got Kumu, we've got Kennedy, and today we're talking all about raw Hawaiian honey. Welcome into the show, gang.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
This is exciting.
Oh, so exciting. Honey is one of my favorite topics, especially how you guys do it. So innovative. But for anyone who doesn't know, can you just talk a little bit about your new initiative and how incredibly supportive it is of the entire local community?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we specialize in raw honey only from Oahu. And, you know, I never would have thought I would become a beekeeper. I was actually a lifeguard right out of high school. I've always been passionate about working outdoors and in nature. And about 5 years ago, a buddy of mine got me into it, and we started doing bee removals, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Wow, right on. So you're doing the bee removals, and then you're starting to realize, like, where's the honey going? Or because every, even with the honey, the taste is different, obviously, as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so during that process of helping my friend, I got to try raw honey for the first time, and it was just mind-blowing how good it was. And then learning about bees in that process was also really eye-opening to me.
So cool. So how did you transition from, you know, helping with bee removals to actually forming a full-on product and having different variations?
It's been an adventure.
process.
It's short for choke work. A lot of work.
A lot of work, a lot of
hard
passion.
work. Yeah. So we now have 7 apiaries on the island, across the North Shore from Wahiawa to Haula, and then we have Keawe honey as well from Eva. If you'd like to try some.
Try some. Crackers over here.
I don't know.
Yes.
I think you forgot the crackers. But you know what? I'm a take it by the spoon type of girl.
Yes.
Okay. So wait, which one is this?
This is the Keawe. This is our most popular. It's
at
unique to the islands. It naturally crystallizes into kind of a granular texture that will just melt in your mouth, kind of like a dessert honey. So just by the spoonful, great with fruit.
Yeah, it's really
That is
the
my
bold one.
fave.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, and then we have some wahiwa for you as well. This one's actually albizia honey.
Oh,
There
like
you
the trees.
Like the trees,
yeah,
yes. So
perfect.
it's the
There you
trees
What's that
are.
first one?
That was Keawe.
That was a great
Right
experience.
here.
Yeah,
That
Keawe
was the
honey.
Keawe. I'll give
I
you a little
really
one.
like that.
So this one is really light and floral. It's nice to drizzle. Goes great on toast, oatmeal. The albizia
Totally
there.
different,
Yeah, each one is different.
Yeah.
So
That one's like a little more round and not as like
Yes.
punchy on the sweetness.
absolutely.
Great.
And then
more
this one is from Waimea.
All right.
No
I
one-
like it.
It's better than us
honey.
right now.
I know. I think I wore the perfect dress for this segment too. It's like pollination happening.
Yeah. It's good. So this one has like a nice earthy base, kind of with some citrus notes in there, some brightness. The bees are pulling in a lot of palms from the
That
area.
is amazing.
Yeah.
3 for 3. That's tasty.
I
Yes.
know. So
Yeah.
I do want to know, because you have a little bit of an innovative business model, right? Like there are ways for the community to get in touch with you. Can you talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that relationship?
Absolutely, yeah. So we do bee removals right now, island-wide.
Yeah, so what we do is specialize in humane removal of honeybees. So a lot of times here in Hawaii, they find places homes that are unwanted, like people's houses or a tree back in their backyard. And so we will come and actually remove those bees.
Oh my God, can I just say that's a crazy video?
Yeah, and put them into hive of our own. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, I've learned through this whole process,
Yeah.
but I think that's what's been really inspiring for us as well, is to be able to support the ecosystem and learn in the process.
And I do want
Provide
you guys
such a product
to
like
go over
honey.
one more time as well,
Yeah.
because you guys, the way you guys do the honey is different than traditionally, right? You were mentioning you guys don't treat it a ton, right?
Yes.
What does that mean?
So it's raw honey straight from the hive. So traditional kind of store-bought honey, it goes through normally heavy filtration and pasteurization, like milk. So they kind of kill off everything, and in the process, they kill off kind of all the health benefits that honey has to offer. So raw honey has a bunch of health benefits. It's antibacterial, antimicrobial, great for your digestive, immune health, and then allergies is a big one too.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So it tastes good and it's good for
Yes.
you. Kennedy,
Absolutely.
Kumu, thank you guys so much. How do people stay up to date with you as well? Do you have
Yeah.
Instagram? Like, where can people get it?
Yeah, so we do have Instagram, North Shore Bees. We also have a website, and you can order directly from our website. But we are at the Kaka'ako Farmers Market every Saturday from 8 to 12. And so you can come in person and see us and try all of our honeys.
Highly
Yeah.
recommend.
Exciting.
Taste test time.
Absolutely. Highly recommend. You guys, thank you so much.
Thank
this
you
is
for
some
having
fantastic
us.
stuff.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
cool.
it.
Very good. Hey, stay
Awesome.
with us over here on High Now, because coming up, how you can help restore and really conserve traditional native Hawaiian fish ponds and wetlands on Hawaii Island. We're going to sit down and learn more about Aina Ho'ola. Then, connecting to Kauai, how Touch Kauai can help you honor yourself through natural experiences. Looking forward to that.
Plus, the Team Hawaii Ice and Snow Carving team is getting ready to head to Japan. How you can support their efforts to win the World Snow and Ice Champion in Sapporo.
Ice.
And
Okay,
are
sorry.
you ready for an emergency? I know you're not, Kainoa.
I am gonna be today though.
There we go. So we got the experts here to help us and show us how you can prep your go bag.
Very important stuff. You're watching High Now Daily. Stay with us and make sure you check Kumu and Kennedy out at that Kaka'ako Farmers Market.
I know. I'm gonna take
Sweet
this
deal,
down.
guys.
Woo!
I think the Eva. I like the crystal. How's it, Aloha gang, and welcome back to High Now Daily. Sleep is such an important part of your overall health, and you know what? We never get enough of it. And the sleep medicine providers at Hawaii Pacific Neuroscience have new options when it comes to diagnosing and treating obstructive sleep apnea. These fellas here are going to be able to help you out. That's Nick Anderson and Chris Laranaga. Welcome into the show, gentlemen.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Thank you very much for being here. So as we mentioned a little bit off the top, obstructive sleep apnea. Maybe people are watching this right now, they might be snoring, they don't know that they have it, but really, what is it?
Yeah, so obstructive sleep apnea, it's when you fall asleep, your airway is getting blocked off while you're asleep. So that can happen from your tongue falling backwards, blocking off the throat, or the airway just collapsing on itself. So as we get older, it becomes more common. Or if we're a little overweight in the neck, that can sometimes cause it as well. So essentially, you're not breathing right when you're asleep. So that's the real basics of what it is. Yeah.
Okay, and so people obviously when they're sleeping, they're not realizing this, right? Or are they?
Sometimes they wake up choking or gasping for air. Snoring is obviously like the hallmark symptom, but just because you snore doesn't necessarily mean you have sleep apnea.
Gotcha.
So other things to look for, like daytime sleepiness, sleep fragmentation, or waking up constantly throughout the night, having to urinate frequently throughout the night.
Okay.
Things like this can kind of point you towards you might having more than just snoring.
And the funny thing is, usually it's not the patient coming in complaining because of what they're experiencing. Usually it's someone they share the bed with.
Yeah.
They're annoyed by their snoring, or they're like, hey, he stops breathing while he's asleep. So they're worried about that. So
right, and obviously, I mean, it can become a very potentially dangerous situation. So that's why there are things out there that can really help people throughout this process. We were talking a little bit earlier, there's new options, right, that are kind of out there in terms of sleep medicine.
Yeah, so I mean, I think there's the diagnostics and the treatment, and both there's a little bit new for both, right?
Okay.
And so diagnostics, it used to be you always had to go into a sleep lab, you always had to, kind of an involved process sleeping outside the home. So we have new ways of testing now that you can it's just something you wear on your finger or on your wrist. So it's a lot easier. You can do it at home.
It's a lot more comfortable,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because when I think of sleep apnea, maybe oftentimes people are thinking about the big breath machine, right? But
Yeah.
people don't need to do those to get diagnosed these days?
No, so yeah, to get diagnosed, no. And then even the treatment, so CPAP, that's historically what's been used to treat it. That's the mask. That covers the face, can be a little bit uncomfortable. But now, so CPAP is still the best treatment. There's new masks, which can be helpful. But we even now there's a surgical option. So it's an implant. I have an example of it right here.
Hold that up for us, Nick. So what is that? What are you holding?
So this is the implant. It's called Inspire. It's a hypoglossal nerve stimulator. What it does is it gets implanted in the chest, and it connects to a nerve that actually moves the tongue forward while you sleep. And so from a patient standpoint, once it's implanted, once you're good to go, all it is you just have this remote, you turn it on when you go to sleep, you go to bed like you normally would, and then you turn it back off when you wake up in the morning. So it's a great treatment option. Usually patients tolerate it pretty well, barring the fact that it is surgery, and so we like people to understand that. But yeah, it's great to have an alternative. Like I said, CPAP is still the best, but Inspire is another option. And then one other new one, if you've heard of like Ozempic or Wegovy or the weight loss ones. So there's one called Zepbound, and it was just approved actually within the last month for the management of sleep apnea as well. So it works by helping people to lose weight. So you have to have obesity and sleep apnea, but if you have both, it just got approval as well. So we got some exciting new options.
Well, I think it's just fantastic that it's out there for people to know that maybe, in previous times or throughout trials and things like that, they didn't know what the best step was moving forward. So again, these options are currently available. I do want to go back as well. You mentioned a few of the symptoms. What else do people need to be cognizant of if their partner isn't breathing, or symptoms that people should be out on the lookout for when it comes to OSA?
Yeah, I mean, kind of check in with yourself to see how sleepy you are during the day. I think that kind of gets overlooked sometimes. And yeah, if the snoring, what we call witnessed apneas, or if your partner notices that you stop breathing for a prolonged amount of time, is kind of a big hallmark sign. Other nuanced things are like restless legs, or kicking or jerking your legs in sleep. Things like that and acting out dreams. There are other like kind of subtle things you don't see all the time, maybe not as common, but can point that there is some disorder of sleep there, and a lot of times it points back to sleep apnea.
Gotcha. Now, fellas, there's probably people watching this right now who might be experiencing some of the very things you guys are describing. If they want to schedule a consultation with you guys, get more information in terms and seek treatment, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, I mean, so we have a website. It's hawaiineuroscience.com.
Yeah, and our phone number is 808-261-4476.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nick, Chris, thank you very much for the time. And again, for more
thanks so much
information
for having us.
about OSA as well, you can head to our website, highnowdaily.com.
All right.
We'll be right back. Cheers, again.
Thank you.
Mahalo.
Thanks for having
Goes,
us.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Going smooth?
Yeah.
incredible, this detailed. Can you tell me a little bit about what we have in front of us?
Well, what this is 3D ice. It's a carving inside of a carving. A lot of people just do regular carvings.
That's right.
But I've learned from one of the best in the world, who will be in Japan also, taught me 3D carving. Inverted carving, they call it.
I have truly, I can't even believe that this is 100% ice. That's how incredible it is. So I can only imagine the type of talent that you'll be with at this competition. Now, can you tell me a little bit about what you have coming up and who you'll be amongst?
Well, what it is, it's by invitation only, and it's across the whole world, and they only take 10 teams. The funny thing though is they have Team USA and they have Team Hawaii. They separate us. And then you have people from Indonesia, from Poland, from Thailand, from Singapore, from Malaysia, from Germany, and it's all, the thing is we come up there, we know what we're doing, and it's not like an ego thing. You know, you win, you lose, you lose. It's a competition. But to go there and represent your state or country is a big thing because the publicity is phenomenal. There's 4 to 5 million people walk past that festival every year.
Holy smokes, and what an honor. I love that Hawaii gets its own invitation. We were talking story a little earlier and you said that this is the Hawaii's 20th time being invited. So, you know, what is it about the Hawaii team that really always gets invited back to you?
Well, we're pretty unique when we design our sculptures because the Asian people do a lot of animals and stuff like dragon and stuff. Europeans do a lot of new age. Us, we're mixed up. We mix them two together. So we come up with some fascinating sculptures.
That's awesome.
And the story has to be where you tell a story in your ice. So the judges will walk by, they'll look at your photo because you got to draw it out, and then it's got to duplicate it. Like this one, you see, these are some of the sponsors. Yeah, that was sharks coming out of the water, and in the back was a surfer. And it's just unique to be there to see what the other guys are doing, and a lot of guys come and see what we do. That's how big the block is. It's 12 by 12 by 12. And you have 4 days to do it, 12 hours a day. Besides getting interviewed and doing radio spots and everything, you got to come down. So, you know, it's a lot of fun. A lot of publicity for Hawaii, a lot.
It sounds like an opportunity of a lifetime, and I know that, you know, HTA has supported you, but there's also opportunities for others to get involved. Can you share a little bit about that?
There is. Like we asked for financial, you know, to get us there. And then sponsored like who want to give us cookies or coffee or anything, because we can bring the product in and give it as omiyage. And it doesn't cost them taxes. And for us, it's free. And it's Hawaii. Any little thing from Hawaii. A story is when we were there 20 years ago, we used to hand out these little keychains. And now the kids come back 20 years later and say, remember this? So they remember every little thing we give them. And we also remember when we're walking around that town and we have Team Hawaii, we're representing Hawaii. So they watch you, the action, how you do, and they love Hawaii there. Any little thing from Hawaii, they love. And we always get the same question, how do you practice?
Oh,
That's why Rahm Emanuel, from the ambassador for Japan, the first thing he asked me, he said, Dale, how do you practice? So we do ice. We do ice. So that's how we practice. I mean, to have Washington.
In these conditions, right?
To have Washington come down and want to see us and meet us, DC, you know, as an ambassador, it was an honor. It was really an honor.
Well, I can tell that you definitely show the aloha when you go out there. So where can people, you know, give funds or maybe donate some omiyage with you as you travel?
Well, I can leave my information with you, my phone number and my email.
There we
They can do that. But yeah, any little thing would help. I mean, to get us there. There's prices. You got to pay for stuff. But,
Absolutely.
Again, we want to push the products because they love it. They love it over there.
Absolutely. Well, look at this talent right here. Make sure to check out our website on how you can help out Dale on his journey. And go Team Hawaii. Thank you so much for being here.
There was one more thing is that we want to thank the island of Kauai because Charlie, as you saw, he's our artist, our detailer from the Coconut Beach, Kauai. You guys are very fantastic, and they're very supportive of him over there, and he's good. I need him there. That's
all right, we need him there, so make sure the funds go to this guy over here. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to toss things down to Kainoa. How you doing?
There you go, Dale. Thank you so much. You know, speaking of Kauai, there's actually a group on Kauai called Touch Kauai that's helping others to connect to the Garden Isle. Actually, for the past 2 decades, they offer a range of experiences that help people to honor themselves. They've got everything: multi-day immersions to Hawaiian lomi lomi and a lot of nature experiences as well. Very happy to be joined by Enrico and Katarina here in the studio. Welcome into the show, gang.
Aloha.
Thank you for having us
For
here.
having us
Mahalo
Thank
for
you.
being here. I mean, just getting a chance to spend a little bit of time and talking with you. You're very healing, so I can see why Touch Kauai is such a special thing. But I want to start with you, Katerina. Tell us, as you come up on celebrating 20 years.
Yeah, we're very honored to welcoming guests to the island of Kauai, to take them out to really experience the spirit with the heart and with the soul of who they are, the people that are coming, to really connecting to the people that are on the island. And we've been so fortunate to have been exposed to cultural activities, to so many things on the island for ourselves, and to be able to share it with our guests as family. It's like, makes us very happy.
Very beautiful. Enrico, we were talking earlier, you're talking about building these bridges between the people, the Kama'aina over there on Kauai, and to the people who are coming to Kauai to learn about their kuleana, to the Aina, the land that they step on. Tell us a little bit more about the services and what these immersive experiences are like.
You know, we really experienced, it's a life-changing experience about the people. They're coming from Europe, right? They have a totally different life, you know, really high speed, and they come to the island of Kauai, and you know, Kauai, it slows everybody down, right? And to the support from the Hawaiian order that we have, you know, we merge them with the culture deep, and yeah, this is really life-changing for them.
Absolutely. You folks were also a participant in the cohort for the Hawaii Tourism Authority as well, being able to gather. What was that experience like when we continue to look at the model and the way that people visit our islands? What was that like working with HTA?
It was an honor to be included in a group, because for so many years already I'm feeling, wow, there's so much value in the cultural practices, in what the people are doing, and I feel like it's some undervalued, and so we just felt like so grateful that it's coming up. It is valued more, and there's a lot of effort, an amazing effort, and we've been supported beyond our expectation in the group. It was totally amazing. Thank you for every single
That's beautiful, yeah. And
moment that we've had in the group.
It's a kako effort to really go out there and educate. And you folks have brought some makana and some gifts to share with us. Enrico, I want to start with you though. What's
you know, with this, Kanoa, I'm here to say thank you so much.
Wow!
To say thank you so much.
Wow!
And the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow.
To support us and companies as us and
Oh my goodness.
Non-profit and for-profit, and we thank the HTA and we thank the cohort program, and let's build this all together in a really beautiful way.
That is, well, I walked right into that. You know, earlier when we were talking, Enrico said, make sure you ask me what's in the box. I didn't know this was in there. Mahalo nui, thank you so much for this beautiful land. I'm very, very grateful. Again, I want to go back to the work you guys do though. Would you ever imagine that when you began this 20 years ago, Touch Kauai, that you'd be where you guys are now? I mean, being able to influence and impact people from all over the world over there on Kauai.
No, we didn't think
No,
like
we
that,
didn't
because
go
we
that
really go from moment to moment. It started simply from sharing our own excitement, our own love with the people that came, and it happened that I used to work in the bed and breakfast at that time, you know, and then you are with people automatically, and then they ask questions, and you get to share, and then you just realize how impactful, you know, their visit can be if there's a little more help, to just open some doors, and and then it just continued to
Talk
go.
about making an impact. I'm always going to remember this. The very first time I met you folks. Thank you again for this beautiful land. If people want to get more information about Touch Kauai, learn more about the work that you folks do, what's the best resource to do that? How do people do
The best is to go to the website, touchkauai.com. Yeah, there's a lot of information out there, and you can see how you can meet us and be together with us. And thank you so much one more time.
Mahalo nui for being here. And as we head to break, we're actually going to let Katerina tell us a little bit about the nose flute, how you use it as well. And
I'm using the flute so that I don't have to talk. It's like a prayer for me. It's connecting to the unseen, to spirit, to just help us to guide the people that are with us in the highest possible
Go ahead.
intention.
Beautiful, Katerina. Karina, thank you so much. And again, we're going to have all of this about Touch Kauai up at HiNowDaily.com. We'll be right back. Mahalo nui, Rico. Thank you. You got me.
Thank
Great
you.
surprise. Thank you guys so much. Mahalo, mahalo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are back with another incredible farmers market find. I've got Nico Jagger, the owner and jewelry of 444 Ever. Did I nail it?
You nailed it.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here. And I am just wowed already by just how amazingly intricate all this jewelry is. Can you just tell me about your creations and what the inspiration behind your designs are?
Yeah, of course. So Mother Nature is just so beautiful, but it's also very powerful and strong. So I wanted to create this seashell jewelry that reflects the power, the strength, and the mana of the ocean. And yeah, give it more of an edgy take.
Oh my gosh, I can totally see that. There's got the edges on the edge of the seashells. I'm actually wearing one of your designs right now. They're these beautiful opihi designs that just float down like that. So, you know, in addition to just Mother Nature being your inspiration, what is the process behind creating your jewelry?
So it all starts with the diving. I'm in the water, I'm looking for these seashells, I'm swimming with turtles, swimming with sharks.
Wow.
And I'll find these beautiful treasures that Mother Nature creates. So from there, I try to reflect the beauty of the ocean on top of the shell and create very different, unique pieces.
Wow, that is a really different design process than I've probably ever heard. Do you mind walking me through just some of your different designs and how that reflects what you see when you're diving?
Of course. So if you look down over here, I have all these different pendant caps that I've created, and I'm using the tips of different spindle shells and spiky shells to make these molds to add the spikes. And I like to use sea urchin carcasses too to push into the metal to create this coral-like texture on top of it.
That is really cool, and I know that, you know, sustainability is also at your forefront of importance as the owner and jeweler of this company. So how do you kind of, you know, balance that and source your shells that you incorporate into your designs?
Yeah, so of course these are living creatures that create the shells. And as humans, we don't want to get in the way of Mother Nature, right? So we leave it to nature. I only collect empty shells. I put back only what I don't need, use only what you need, and yeah, it's all about sustainability and keeping the reefs alive.
I love that. And you know, I was reading about your business and also just the importance of shells. Do you mind talking a little bit about the history and how that's played into a lot of your designs here?
Yeah, so humans have been just gravitated towards seashells since the beginning of time, since we first stepped into the ocean. And it's all walks of life that appreciate seashells. You can find them in all little cracks and crevices around the world. And there's so many different religious, cultural, and significance to the seashells.
Yeah, I can definitely feel that. Like, even just putting it on, I already have this sense of like, don't mess with me. There we go. Like the spiky edges, they definitely give me this edgy feel.
Self-defense, yeah.
Yes, totally. So where can people find you? I know this is obviously a farmer's market find, but you know, what are all the details?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at 44forever design. You can message me there, and then I'm at the Kaka'ako Farmers Market every first and third week of the month.
Okay, that's specific, so you gotta watch out. First and third week of the month.
First and third Saturday of
Saturday
the month.
of the month. Okay, perfect. And if anyone wants to customize anything, is that something that you can kind of work out with them?
I love doing custom work because everybody gravitates towards a different shell, so I want to create something special for each person.
That is a really important part of your business. I love that personally. Like right now that you're wearing this yellow shell, I'm like, I kind of want this customized for me.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking after about what that looks like. And again, one more time, what was your social media, just in case?
44forever design.
All right, so make sure to follow him, check him out, visit him at the farmer's market. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna work my jewelry and toss things over to Kainoa.
Thank you guys so much. That is really beautiful stuff. From land, we're actually going to head back into the sea and talk about some restorative work that takes place. There's a group called Aina Ho'ola that's offering hands-on volunteer opportunities to help Hawaii's native water birds in Hilo. They often get into the mud and the water, work toward reversing the damage caused by invasive species, also helping native birds thrive in the process. Very happy to have Patrick and Kumiko, the co-founders here in the Hainao studio. Welcome into the show, gang.
Thank you, Kaino.
Thank you for having us.
Mahalo nui for being here. Very important work that you folks are doing. So how did Aina Ho'ola actually start?
Well, we were in Keaukaha. We would drive by Lokowaka Pond, and we would notice that it was getting smaller and smaller. The invasive grasses were encroaching on the pond, and we said someone should do something about that. And then during COVID, we realized we can do something about that. So we started the Aina Ho'ola initiative. And we're healing the land, doing this kind of restorative work. And
expand a little bit more on what that work is. We were talking a little bit earlier as well. I mean, this is in the mud, in the water, pulled by hand, right? Like, what does a typical day of work look like for you folks?
Well, Patrick works in the water,
Gotcha.
deep water, and I'm usually on the land.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
what are you doing over there on the land with the people who are out there helping you?
With our hands and a sickle, we remove the invasive California grass mainly, and Patrick removes the California grass also, but...
well, it has to be removed by the roots, or it comes right back. So it's very important to do it that way. It's the only thing that works. We've tried different ways, but that's the only thing that works. We tried weed whacking, all the other ways, and that's what we have to do.
You just gotta get in there, get dirty, and do it yourself. Okay, we're gonna talk more about opportunities that are gonna be available to Kokua with the effort, but also as well, what kind of wildlife can people expect to see at the wetlands that you guys speak of?
Well, Hawaiian coots are like ke'o. That is a critical habitat for them. And since we started the project, the coots population has increased, so it's really good. And Nene has come back. That's exciting. And we're waiting for Ae'o, the Hawaiian silts to come back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But that's got to be an amazing response. You mentioned you started the work, what was it, 2021?
5 years ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I mean, to see them repopulate has got to feel good and know that.
Yeah, the Alai Keokeo population has doubled
Wow.
There were only about 20 when we started, and now there are over 40. So we're seeing results.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Very important work, again, that you guys are doing. You also had the opportunity as well to be a part of the cohort, assisting with Hawaii Tourism Authority, kind of just rethinking the way that people visit these places that are very significant and that we love here in Hawaii. How was that experience for you folks?
Yeah, so last year we had over 500 volunteers, and a quarter of them, about 25% of them are visitors. So it's really encouraging. Yeah, a lot of people that are visiting Hawaii, they don't just visit and enjoy and take away the beauty,
Right.
but they want to give back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thinking is changing.
That's
you know,
awesome.
amongst the visitors here. So, and we really appreciate that, and I hope we're part of that.
You absolutely are. And what are some of the experiences like? Like, what is it like for you folks when you're out there, as we look at some video of it, some of the response that you're getting from these visitors? I would imagine these are people stepping into a bay they've never been to, and a place they've never been to, and probably doing work they've never done before.
Well, when like-minded people get together, there's a camaraderie, you know, and we laugh the whole time. We get a lot of work done, and we just have a great time, and we welcome volunteers.
Let's get into that, Patrick. How do people volunteer with you folks, and what can people expect throughout the volunteer
You can go to
opportunity?
ainaho'ola.org. You can link to Facebook and Instagram. You can follow us from the very beginning in pictures, and you can see the progress we've made. Volunteerism really works, and you can see that in the photos in our Instagram and Facebook.
All right, well, that's fantastic. Again, and we're going to link this entire segment to our website as well, hinowdaily.com. Again, if you want to go cool, make sure you head there and continue to assist with a very special effort that's taking place in Hilo. You're watching Hi Now Daily. We'll be right back.
You know, you're preparing for a tsunami or, you know, any natural disaster, because Hawaii, in a lot of ways, is you know, has a lot of hazards, including earthquakes, flooding, hurricanes, and, you know, pretty much we have to be prepared for everything. So
Absolutely, and
yeah.
preparedness is a CACO effort, okay? It's very important that we come together to make it happen.
Right,
What's over
so-
here on the table?
So some of the things that this is actually my boss's bag, but this is
we won't tell him. Is he watching?
So
He's okay. He's okay.
so it's a water purifier kit. So you want to have that just in case the water. You want to important thing, documents. You want to always have documents. Like your passport, license, or so forth. You always want to have that ready, as well as protect it. Right. So we do have these bags also. We can also. You can also ask for it at our website, ready.hawaii.gov.
Okay.
But we also put cash in here, right? All the ATMs will be out. You need cash to get, purchase things. Of course, trash bag. There's a lot of useful things you can do with the trash bags. And we call it rubbish bags here in Hawaii, but definitely, multi-purpose. A lot of things you can do with that.
What is this?
So that's a tie. So these are ties. They're very multi-purpose. You can use them to, tie things on.
Look at that.
Kind of like a bread tie, but
Handy
a very more modern technology that comes with it. This is a tourniquet kit just for first aid. Tissue kits. You never know when you're gonna sneeze. Glasses. If you're reading. This is a solar light. So what we do is we blow it up and then it puts the sun on top, and then it gets some energy, and then it lights up at night. We also have this, which is important. If you have a chance, put everything that you have, like pictures, memories and stuff that you want, that might get destroyed in a disaster. So this is a good thing to really have. That's a big plus. Flashlight, solar, which helps, if you don't have batteries. Our radios, right? You want to know what's going on. Communications is important. So you definitely want to have all that information so that you can make right decisions within a disaster. So
Snacks. This is
Snacks.
Kainoa's most important,
That's what I was.
most valuable player
I
right here.
was assuming Don's probably packing that.
yeah.
My problem is I'd be eating and
It would be all gone.
Yeah, so for Kainoa, we might have to ration. So
Yeah.
we use a Sharpie,
That's
we cut the line and said, this is
There we
Kainoa's
go.
side, and this is Lauren's side.
There we
so
go.
that's what we normally do to ration.
Very important.
Very, very important. We say this is Bivides with underwear. That's socks. You always want to have dry stuff, so you want to change. You don't want to stay with like hulu kaim with what we say in Hawaii. Safety glasses, of course, is important. And then some stuff, if you have a chance, you do have outdoor fires you can do, especially when there's a power outage. So you want to make sure that you have matches and lighters.
Okay, so again, this is going to be the preparedness bag for your packing. Things are happening. This is for 2 weeks out. But then the one Lauren has on right now, this is like the emergency, immediate. We're grabbing and going.
Right. So this is our wahine. This is the Kane pack that we have. But that one has a lot of different, feminine hygiene stuff, as well as stuff that you want to take. Right. That's important to women and females. So that's a big difference too. You should also have for pets. You should have individual bags for pets. But yeah, everybody has an individual taste, different kind of preferences or personal preferences. So you want to make that kind of accommodate you because for 2 weeks you'll be probably no help for a while, and you want to make sure that you're comfortable and that you have all the things that you need to be comfortable for at least 2 weeks.
That is so important.
Yeah.
And so for a pack list, making sure everyone has everything down, where do they go?
So we do have checklists that we have at ready.hawaii.gov. Also visit our Instagram, which is Hawaii EMA underscore,
Yeah,
Well,
and
we
we'll
got
have
it on the screen.
We'll have it
There
on
we
the screen
go.
right
There
over
we go.
And Hi Now Daily will have it posted
and my
there.
kids always scold me, Dad, you got to know all this Instagram. But yeah, definitely, if you go to our website, we have all the links for Twitter as well as Instagram.
100%. And again, preparedness is a kako thing. I know what we think. We do it a lot here in Hawaii. Nah, not gonna happen. Be akamai, be smart, and be safe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for all the tips, tricks. We're going to be prepared for April.
We are. Thank you, Don.
And make sure to check it out on our website. You're watching Hi Now Daily, and we'll be right back. God, I'm just going to take this one to go.
Yeah.
I know, that was ready to go.
viewers out there, man, how'd you get into music?
I started playing music at a young age, like 3rd grade. I started playing upright bass, and I was in an orchestra and then ended up in conservatory eventually. And when I moved here, Henry Capono was looking for a bass player, so I ended up in his band.
I'm curious as well, as someone moving here, did you like know how famous Henry Capono was when you're like, oh, this is a cool invitation? Then they were like, oh, Henry Capono.
I figured it out. He's on a lot of commercials and stuff, and I would be around the island and see him on billboards. And I said, wow, yeah, I really lucked out.
Yeah. We'll bring the A game for this guy.
Yeah.
So also, in addition to that, you're part of the On the Rise Artist Program through the Henry Capono Foundation as well. How has that experience impacted you as a musician?
Oh, it's been amazing. They've put me on stages like this with yourself and all over. I've got to play all over the island at Manoa Valley Theater. I'll be at Duke's tomorrow night from 7 to 9:30. And they just find like really nice opportunities for musicians like myself to get out there and show people what they can do. And sometimes just having somebody in your corner telling everybody that you're talented just goes a long way.
100%.
Yeah.
And then when that person's Henry Capono, you just
It goes
multiply
even.
that by like a million. You mentioned as well, you're going to be at Duke's, and we got some you have some new music as well, yeah?
Yeah, I just released a new single with a good friend of mine from Canada, Sierra Noble. And it's a song about the song is about collaborating together. We had both been making music by ourselves for so long. So it's called Less Lonely. It's about feeling less lonely about making music by yourself.
I love that. And when we're talking about like collaboration, how much more difficult do you think it is for musicians if you maybe don't have an extension like the On the Rise program where someone's kind of helping you get out and gig and play live?
Well, especially when you're first getting going, trying to get your foot in the door anywhere is it's like cracking skulls. So having them make calls for you, I mean, I could call all day, but somebody from Henry's team calls and they get the answer pretty quickly.
Well, there you go, man. How do people stay up to date with the music and your live performances that are coming up?
So I have an Instagram, just at Matt Krahula, and my website is krahula.com. And pretty much any of the social media, just at Matt Krahula.
Well, there you go, Matt. We're very excited to have you over here on set. Take a look. All the information is listed there as we head to break. Matt Krahula's brand new single, set to take place. He's going to play it right here, an original song, Follow Me to Paradise. Take it away, Matt.
Jumping into the ocean after dark, laying out on your back, staring straight at the stars. It's okay to be there all alone. The sharks don't care if you come or you go. It's okay to leave everything behind. Just follow me to paradise tonight. Take a walk to the docks, hitch a ride on a boat. What's the purpose of life when you're barely afloat? You don't have to wait for the high tide. Set the sails till there's new land in sight. It's okay to leave everything behind. Just follow me to paradise tonight. The earth is spinning and it's not slowing down. No, it's not slowing down. Driving up on the coast, we can watch for the whales. Keep your eye out for spouts, maybe we'll see a tail. It's okay if you never go home. No one wants to be there on their own. It's okay to leave everything behind. Just follow me to You can follow me to paradise. Darling, follow me to paradise tonight.
People visit Hawaii more tangible. You know, so much people take. So it's nice to see people give back.
All the aloha has been in our studio today.
Totally.
Even, did you see the ice sculpture?
The ice sculpture is crazy.
Wasn't that
I can't believe it's ice.
And do you know that they have their own Hawaii team,
That's what
even
I'm
though
saying.
there's like a USA team?
Yeah, it kind of like ups the ante, right?
I know. What a great show. Thank you so much for having me with you today. And
You're welcome
make sure you
anytime.
guys tune in tomorrow.
3 p.m. We'll see you then.